I'm Olivia Bonardi. I'm a skin picker and I run the Montreal BFRB support group. I started picking my skin when I was about maybe 13, 14, pretty common. And I was isolated until I think junior year of college. So that's a pretty long time. I didn't tell anyone, which was very strange for me because I am someone who's had friends since kindergarten. And I am really lucky to have like extremely close relationships that I don't hide anything from. So it was very strange that I had this one secret. When I went to university, obviously there were a lot of factors. My BFRB wasn't the only thing that made it hard, but I remember like specifically the co-ed washrooms in my dorm was a really hard thing for me because I would take a shower and then kind of sprint back to my room because I didn't want people to see me, like without makeup, with the scabs, just because I think that they would assume things about me that weren't true, or I don't even really know what I was scared of. Moments where I would actually be studying in my room and then I would pick my skin and then I would feel very bad and it was cycles of shame, and I would brush my teeth in my room and spit into a cup in my room because I didn't want to go to the bathroom and be seen by anyone. And around that time, I realized, okay, this is unsustainable. It is not only like causing harm to my body physically, but I also have isolated myself to the point of behavior change where I don't even want to brush my teeth in the bathroom. So this is not okay. Just personally, I find that connecting with other people and sharing my story is one of the most therapeutic things, because I see a lot of myself in the other members of my support group. And every time a new person comes in, I get pretty emotional after, because I remember my first support group and how just in awe I was that people were speaking openly about the nitty-gritty. Like, it's one thing to go online and say, oh, I have a BFRB, like there's a title, there's other people who have this diagnosis. But I find that, you know, aside from more like community-oriented spaces like Reddit, Facebook, and like chat rooms and such, it's still pretty clinical, the information that you find out there. And I was really looking for a space where I could say, hey, I have prom next week and my arms are so messed up. I have scabs all over my arms. I feel terrible about myself. Like, what should I do? Should I go to prom or not? And I'm thinking about how much easier high school would have been for me if I did have that community. At a crossroads in my career a little bit. I graduated from my undergrad and now I'm starting to pursue a career in medicine. And throughout all of that, I have had the skin picking disorder. I pick my face and my legs and my arms. And I am in a really good place with it now, largely because I have this wonderful support group. We meet monthly, the Montreal support group. We're still online. We usually get around, it ranges from like 4 to maybe like 9 or 10 people per group, but we have over 150 people on the mailing list. And it's been just under 2 years, I think. So it's really, I'm just so grateful that this is a place for me where I can go whenever I need support, but I'm also grateful that I've kind of forced myself into this leadership role, because it makes the days when, this is so hard, I don't want to think about my BFRB. I'm committed to that community, and because of that, I show up, and I'm always grateful that I did it. I am on my way to pursuing a career in medicine. I remember when I first initially looked at the TLC website, and I realized that there was a scientific advisory board and then also the scientific literacy committee with the younger folks in the community. I was so excited, and I saw a future where I could be on the scientific advisory board and I could be on the Sci-Lit team. And the Sci-Lit stuff happened a lot quicker than my progression through a career in medicine. I wanted to join the Sci-Lit team because I have spent so many years reading psych papers, and I know how daunting they are and how frustrating it is that these papers are about us and they include data, like very personal data, about how lonely we feel, how many scabs we have on our legs, percentage hair loss. It's stuff that's actually really personal, but it seems just so clinical and out of touch in these papers. And I wanted to use my background to kind of reconnect the people that were studied with the results. My hope is that when we work on the Sci-Lit team and we create these zines and other things, we're inviting laymen into the scientific conversation, but it's pushing the research community to think about how they can more effectively demonstrate what they've found and spread that largely within the community that they're studying. Ideally, I see a world where Sci-Lit is not necessary. Every researcher has the funding and the wherewithal to make beautiful infographics that are easily shareable and that everyone can relate to. But until then, I'm excited that we have a fun job to do, and I hope that it makes people feel hope that there are treatment options and that there are more coming in the pipeline. It is really helpful for people within our community to have a place to point if they want to help anyone learn more about BFRBs or connect with the BFRB community. Even just putting your name on an email list is an act of bravery, and we need to keep making sure that those email lists are around for people to take those first steps.